1:48 in the morning and I'm outside Adam's house. He overslept, but he says he's going to be out here in a few minutes. So we're on our way out to do a presidential traverse this morning. So we're going to start on the northern end of the range and hike all the way to Crawford Notch and summit all the peaks named after presidents. I think it's like 23 miles and some change. It's supposed to be fairly mild today, but it's going to be windy up there. It's going to be like 45 to 50 miles an hour early, and then later on it's going to be 70 to 80 miles per hour, some 90 mile per hour gusts. So we're going to get up to Mount Madison, and we're going to evaluate after that to see how brutal it is and make a decision on if we're going to go or not from there. But I'm hopeful. Can put up with a little bit of wind, but yeah, once you start getting up into that 70, 80 mile per hour range, it becomes kind of hard to walk. So all right, catch up with you in a bit. Still got that cough, huh?
No, I just wrong tube with the
out down the wrong drain, pipe, whatever.
Yep.
Stopped briefly at Madison Hut for a sip of water and to put on our shell. When we started at Mount Madison, it was bright enough at that point that we could turn off our headlamps.
Go too soon.
Yeah, there's a wind gust.
There's the sunrise over the other side.
Yep. Cool.
Summit sign.
Oh. Because of the long day ahead, once we were on the summit, we didn't take a very long time before we decided to head back down and up towards Mount Adams.
Yeah. Normally, the apple is a bulge and a tree more. All three of them. That's good. You know?
Yeah.
He lost his brother on the beach. And the year he was gone, the full year that he was gone, he wrote a love letter to my grandmother, one letter every day for 365 days. And he cursive.
Once back down to Madison Hut, we took a wrong turn onto Star Lake Trail, something I've done many times over the years despite countless hikes in this area. We definitely decided to turn around and go back to the Gulfside Trail to go up Mount Adams that way, since the Star Lake Trail is a steep and craggy rock scramble. Not something we really wanted to try in the winter.
Washington's 5-7 away.
As we approached the summit of Adams, we noticed two
Hey.
hikers that didn't have any foot traction or really proper layers. One of them only had a cotton hoodie on. On a day like today, they're probably going to get away with it just fine,
How are
but
you?
I'd never come up here without traction in the wintertime. And as a matter of fact, even with the weather being in the 40s that day, I still had a down jacket with me just in case something happened and I was sitting around for a while. If you can't move, you're going to get really cold really fast, even in 40-degree weather. When that wind blows, the wind chill brings the temperatures way down. And today, it was somewhere around the 20s to 30s.
Yeah. Sounds good. All right, brother. Mount Adams.
Came down Mount Adams past Thunderstorm Junction and continued to Edmonds Call. This stretch of trail was particularly windy, with sustained winds around 50 miles per hour. On some of these audio clips, I've manipulated the audio and turned it down to block out some of the wind, so it's hard to get a good idea of how serious it really was. But I'm telling you right now, it was like a jet engine. The wind calmed down substantially between Edmonds Call and just before the summit of Jefferson, but once we got up on top of Jefferson, it opened up again.
Ooh, a little breeze up here.
The other two that you see in this clip are Joe and Iris. We didn't know them until today, and we met on the trail. They're also doing a Prezi Traverse, and they're college students out in New York State. They don't have a ride back to their car, so Adam offered to give him a ride when Missy picks us up in Crawford Notch. From this point on, up and over the summit of Washington, the winds were at their absolute worst by far. They were regularly gusting up to 80 miles per hour and nearly blowing Adam and I off of our feet. If you decide to walk any section
me
of the
too.
Cog Railway tracks,
Need a
make sure
solid
that you're
brake.
stepping on railroad ties.
I need to sit down.
Sometimes the snow fills in between the ties, and if you step between them, it can suddenly give out from underneath you, risking a leg injury.
Okay, woo. Man, out of that wind. That was something. Very windy up on the summit cone, as you could probably tell. There's Lakes of the Clouds down there, and Mount Monroe straight ahead. So we're just over 12 miles in, and we have just under 8 miles left. Ooh. Beautiful day. Just doesn't get any better than this.
The area around Lakes of the Clouds was bustling with activity. Lots of hikers out enjoying the weather, and lots of backcountry skiers as well. Every so often, I would just stop and look behind me and think, wow, I just came from there. here we are in Mount Franklin. From here out, it's all below 5,000 feet.
Yeah.
Now on to Mount Eisenhower and Mount Pierce. Ahead of me is Mount Eisenhower, standing at 4,780 feet tall. It has an impressive dome-like summit. When we arrived at the top of Mount Eisenhower, there was probably around 15 or 20 people on the summit. Most of them were part of hiking groups that we assumed came from the Highland Center. This was a sign that we were getting close to the end of our trip.
How's it going? I would say so too, yeah. Great day.
Great.
Enjoy.
A hiking friend of mine told me many years ago that hiking above tree line, miles don't count. That's because it's so beautiful up there. I have to say that I agree. When I get up here, I never really want to come back down. You just have to at some point.
So incognito. Then they might just steer off the people that need to be steered off.
Exactly.
Because they have had a lot of rescues up there.
And sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. And they're only had that usually do fast too.
Back on Eisenhower, yeah.
We accidentally continued over the top of Mount Pierce and down towards Mitzvah Hut. Even though we could have reconnected with the Crawford path this way by taking the Mitzvah cutoff, we decided it would be a lot easier to just backtrack up to the summit and reconnect with the Crawford path. The spruce trees get really thick and get buried in snow in this section of trail, and it can really test your patience. By this point, I've been out of water since the summit of Monroe. I am so parched, and all I'm thinking about is the instant that I get down to the Highland Center so I can go in and fill up my water bottle.
They started at 5. We met up at some point, but we started at 3:30. So.
Oh, no. Yeah, I saw you guys coming up
Yeah.
off, and I was like, I don't think we passed them going up. I bet they're doing a
They're
Prezi
quicker.
too.
Yeah.
You guys, hot shit. All right, keep going. Don't let us hold you up, man.
Have a good one.
Celebration. Enjoy.
Yeah, thank you. Cool. All right.
I'm so stoked you guys. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
so
of course.
refreshing.
Yeah. Good job. Yeah.
Cool. So I feel like.
But oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That is awesome. That is fantastic. Oh,
What a day.
that was a full
so
day.
fun.
Holy smoke. Yeah, that was great.
Taking me for joy.
One of my friends, and he was like,
Perfect.
He told me at 10 last night.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah. Oh, pavement feels funny.
What's that?
Said pavement feels funny. Yeah. Hey, what's happening? We had the best day up there. Just couldn't have asked for a better day. I mean, yeah, it was windy, like really windy in a few places, few spots, but you know, it wasn't constant. And we also had some really nice calm areas, some calm spots that we hiked through too, where there was basically no wind. So just depended. We met a couple young college kids out there today who were also doing a Prezi Traverse, and they needed a ride back to the same trailhead that we started at this morning. So we spent some time with them today and got to know them a little bit, and they were very nice people. I am so looking forward to just going home and getting in the bathtub and soaking my sore muscles. It's like the best feeling to wrap up a long hike, and that instant you get out of your hiking boots and you put your shoes on, when you just finally sit down in your vehicle at the trailhead, and I love every part of it. I greatly appreciate people's interest in my videos, my channel. Thank you for everyone who's been subscribing. I genuinely appreciate it, and I'm really excited to share this stuff with you. I hope you'll come along on more adventures, and if you like what you see, then please smash that subscribe button.